Hello, this is Jim Stock, still bringing you a program from my program entitled The Handwriting on the Wall. And I must have really done it to YouTube and Facebook. YouTube has, my videos used to get 3,000 and sometimes they would get 75,000. And now I'm getting 20 hits, and so I've aggravated them quite a bit. And Facebook won't even allow me to run an advertisement in which I pay to have my videos seen. Yeah, I just talk about the subjects that are current events and are related to Bible prophecy. So we're all wanting to know what's going to happen January 6th, and we're dealing with Trump, and Trump has got a lot of Trump cards. And I'll discuss just a couple of them that I think might go. Number one is Vice President Pence is the one responsible in the Senate to count the electoral votes, and with all the corruption that has been going on and in the swing states and the unbelievable, insurmountable proof of the corruption and the videos of the corruption, Pence, Vice President Pence, could easily say that he's not going to count the electoral votes, even in those states. And if he did that, I don't know if there's 6 swing states, 5 or whatever, but there's enough votes right there that Trump would win 230 some odd electoral votes to 220 Biden votes. I take it for face value that Pence is a Christian. You can't always know. Sometimes the roughest, toughest, ruthless man has a better heart than someone that appears to be a Christian. But he appears to me to walk the walk and talk the talk. So if he's a Christian, he has no other way to go other than to say, I will reject these votes because there's been voter corruption. I've seen videos. I've got evidence on my desk. I've got all this proof, and that would give Trump the victory. So I don't know what President Trump is thinking. I imagine he wants to get the victory. I imagine he wants to get the victory constitutionally, but I don't know. But anyhow, he's got to have the victory because he won fair and square, and he won by a majority of votes, and Christians know that. Those of us that really are into this have even grieved over this, and we've learned more of the Constitution than we ever knew before. We know about laws, and we know about electoral votes, and we know how the electoral college works, where we in class a lot of times we just slept right through it. We knew it would happen. I mean, we knew vaguely what was going on, but we've been reschooled. We know what's going on. We've learned a lot about laws. So he can win through the electoral college if Vice President Pence, what is he, chairman, president of the Senate, if he disallows the votes. So that's one way he can win. And second way, the way I think he's going to win is he did this executive order, presidential executive order in 2018, and he did this knowing that there was going to be voter fraud and voter corruption, and the executive order dealt with foreign influence, and there's been a plethora of proof of voter influence. Sidney Powell has done an amazing job in getting data on the voting machines and Smartmatic, and General Flynn has done an excellent job in getting proof, and General McInerney has gotten a lot of proof about the voting fraud and the foreign interference. And Lynn Wood, a brilliant Southern attorney, has worked tirelessly in exposing the fraud. So President Trump has all the information. Now I'll review you on this 2018 executive order real quickly. November 3rd, after the election, the executive order says that if there's suspicion of voting interference by a foreign power, of a foreign nation, then John Ratcliffe, who's head of all these intelligence agencies, he has 45 days to get a report and put it on his desk. Well, 45 days brought us to December 18th, and Ratcliffe didn't have a report, but he verbally stated that that he believed there was foreign interference in this election. So if that went according to the real timeline like it's supposed to be, then after he makes that report, and he gives that report, there's 45 more days in which the Secretary of Homeland Security and the Attorney General study this and give their report to all the intelligence agency and to the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Treasury, and the other big agency in the United States. So that takes us to February 1st. So since this has been delayed, it's going to even take us longer. So then there's another 30-day period after that in which the other agencies study this, and then there's a final verdict passed on March 3rd. Something to that effect. I mean, that's what I've gleaned out of studying this. So, but if there's suspicion of foreign interference, in which there is, the voting machines are made in Canada, and it's been proven, and the office where they're headquartered is shared with George Soros, and he's got an office in there, and then the parts come from China, and they've been proven that they're hacked, and they've been studied, and I think we've confiscated some of them, and they say that a fourth grader with a little bit of experience in computers can hack these things. That's, votes can be switched, votes can be added, votes can be taken from one candidate, like I said, switched, and placed in another one. They can be deleted. They can be multiplied. They can be run over and over and over. And not only that, and then also, if in this executive order, if any of the infrastructure of the voting polls were messed with, and that's the ballots, and we know that there's been possibly over 1 million, some say 2 million falsified ballots that have no signature. They have no signature, and they also they were in late. We have videos of after the election polls closed in one state. The minute the people were herded out, they bring in all these ballots during the out from under the table. So we got a video on that. So I'm not going to be very long in this video. I'm just, the prophets. Now I'm going to get into the Christian part of it. The prophets say Trump is going to do the second term. And it says, believe the prophets and prosper. So even if you don't have enough faith to believe, just confess it anyhow, and maybe God will give you the faith. Because the prophets say from 2010, it was prophesied by Kim Clement that Trump would be a winner, that he would win the presidential election, and that he would be a trumpet, and that that he would serve 2 terms. And many other prophets have said he will serve 2 terms. So believe the prophets and prosper. We just believe. Then there's a 77 million United States citizens who voted for Trump, and they're not going to go into communism, because this is what this is. I mean, it's a big thing what this is, and I'm not going into that right now. I'm just going to keep it simple. There's 2 ways that Trump can win that I see right off the bat. One way is to Vice President Pence in the Electoral College not accepting the votes from the states that have been proven fraud, and the second way is to this executive order. In this executive order, Trump has the right to call in martial law, and that's what I believe he's going to do. I believe that he's going to call in martial law and set up military tribunals. It's a fact already. You can look it up. I don't know the exact place to look it up, but there's a fact. It's a fact that they reestablished the firing squad. So what the word is in the streets is that these traitors, it's treason. This is not just voting fraud. This is treason to the utmost extent, and we've looked at this treason for 30, 40, 50 years now, if you've been alive long enough. You young people haven't, but we've looked at this treason. This treason is going to be prosecuted. This pedophilia, which is rampant in the United States and around the world, is going to be prosecuted. Roberts of the Supreme Court was overheard yelling and screaming that they wasn't going to vote on Trump's Texas agenda case. He's been associated, this John Roberts has been a Supreme Court justice, has been associated with Epstein's Island and pedophilia. I forget what the prophet that said that there's going to be 3 more Supreme Court justices leave. We may just hear that they voluntarily stepped down, but there's going to be 3 more replaced that have been involved in this pedophilia. Trump is hard on this pedophilia. He's going to clean out the swamp. This is what we want. We've got to return back to our democracy. Sure, there'll be uprising, but Trump will employ the National Guard and the Army, and these fellows who are going to Black Lives Matter, and some of these their protests will be quelled in just a little bit. What else can I tell you? I believe there's going to be martial law. I believe there's going to be arrests. I believe that a lot of people are going to go to Gitmo. I believe that treasonous people some of them are going to be shot. I believe that Pelosi and I believe firmly that Hillary Clinton is going to be tried for treason and sentenced to death. Barack Obama is going to be arrested, a foreigner, an imposter, non-qualified to be president of the United States, Islamic, did more harm than any president. That the Bushes are a crime family. George Bush Jr., Boy George, inside job on the Twin Towers, imploding the Twin Towers, demolition the Twin Towers, Twin Towers falling at free fall speed. That's Bill Clinton. That for the last 30 years, 20 some odd years, 30 years, there's been nothing but New World Order presidents. So until next time, it's going to get juicy now. It's going to get rocky. Brace yourself. Things are going to happen, but there's a lot going on. Former presidents are going to be arrested. CIA is going to be cleared. Is going to be dismantled. The CIA will be dismantled write that down, that I said this. The FBI is going to be purged. A lot of senators and representatives are going to be just taken out of the Congress. This is the big purging. This is the big cleansing. There's going to be many months of just chaos and riots and fights and explosions and shootings and all kinds of stuff going on. But then there's going to be a wonderful time for the United States. So we got some rough roads ahead at the first part of 2021. It may take us almost all the way through 2021. But Trump will serve 4 more years. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this tape. Please subscribe to my channel. Please tell people about the video and about the insight that you get from this video. And because YouTube is almost completely stopped showing my videos. I wasn't a great video person, but I was starting to get 3,000, at least 3,000 views a video, and now I'm down to 50 or 60 views. You know, it all started when I was going to delete a video, and I started to delete the video, and it deleted my top 10 videos right to it before I could even stop, you know. And those videos were getting 3,000, 4,000, and then Facebook, I was advertising them and showing them to the Philippines here, and I had a big following in the Philippines. I was getting 56,000 was my most, but I had a bunch of them right around 50, 60,000 views, and I was getting quite a following. So they've stopped me. I don't know where I'll go next or what I'll do next, but I want to be fruitful. We all want to be fruitful. We want to make a difference in this world, and I want my videos to make a difference. I do get revelation from God. So until next time, this is Jim Stockstill saying, I want you to keep looking for the handwriting on the wall. Thank you.